Greetings, everybody, and welcome to my channel, The Healthy Voice. My name is Bella, and I'm a trauma-informed voice teacher with over 2 decades of teaching experience, over 3 decades of performance experience. And I'm here to help you get your voice relaxed, comfortable, and feeling good. So today I'm answering one of your questions. The question comes from Nick. Nick 04T3Y. All right, so Nick asks me, there's something that instinctively closes up in my throat when I even think about making high sounds. I'd love to understand more about the relationships and differences between getting more resonance and getting more volume. Well, let's just talk about what's going on. I actually made a video about this a couple weeks ago called Fear of High Notes, because I personally believe that's the biggest hindrance to making high sounds. I say this as somebody who is naturally a soprano. A soprano is a female voice that reaches the highest notes in a singer's range. And I am naturally a soprano, but I will say that I've been through many phases of my life where I could not reach high notes that should have been easy for me. And what I have realized is that during these periods, there are 2 things that are happening. One, I'm just not practicing enough. You have to practice using the muscles involved with high notes. And then number 2, even more important, is that these chapters have been during very stressful periods of my life. Periods of my life where I had a lot of self-doubt and a lot of fear around my ability to make an impact on the world. And so here's what I think is happening. When you go to, like you said in the question, that even just thinking about high notes is enough to make it difficult. I can't remember the exact words. But that is a key point. That is the most important bit of information that we have here. The thought of making a high note causes people to brace. What happens when we brace? We tighten up our muscles. In order to sing high notes, you have to be totally relaxed. I stand by this information. You can trust me on this because I've experienced it so many times in my life, and I've also witnessed it with many, many voice students. When people are singing and they know a high note is coming, I can see it in their face, their concern. And I'll watch my voice students as they approach the high part of the song, and something on their face will take on a look of something like, oh God, here it comes. And sure enough, they go flat all the time, and the sound is just, it sounds strangled. The only way to get your high notes to come out properly is to be totally relaxed. So that doesn't really help you, because telling somebody to just relax is very stressful, and it actually does the opposite. So here's what I want you to try instead. First of all, there is a technique that will help you get to the high notes. But like I said, if you're not relaxed, it's not going to help you at all. But I'll show you the technique anyway, and then I'll explain what I want you to do from a mindset perspective. So the technique is called a yawn-sigh. And the idea of the yawn-sigh is to get the back of the tongue to drop down and the soft palate to lift up, and then to feel the vibrations of your voice hit the roof of the mouth, which will then place at the resonators in the mask. And as I've mentioned before, when you can get your sound to vibrate in the resonators of the mask in the face, the sound will carry itself and you don't have to try so hard. The key here is to let go of control. Force. Force is the enemy here. So if you try hard to get high notes, you're going to fail every time. The idea is to let go. And I'll explain how to do that next. But first, the yawn-sigh, it sounds like this. It's like a combination of a yawn and a sigh. So think about what your body does when you yawn. Oh, oh, oh. Back of the tongue drops down. The roof of the mouth lifts up. And then a sigh with sound is where the sound pressure goes to the roof of your mouth into the resonators in the face. Ah, ah. So we're going to combine the two like this. Oh, You can picture the sound bypassing the throat area in the back, going up like this, and then beaming into the mask. Oh, 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 oh. Keep the jaw dropped. Oh, oh. Okay. So now we have to cover mindset, because if you're trying to relax, if you're trying to get the high notes, you're doing the opposite. You're causing tension right here, and you'll never get these notes if you have tension. So you got to change your attitude. You have to develop a feeling of non-attachment, a feeling of, if I get this note, I get this note. Couldn't care less. You have to convince yourself that it's not that important. What's happening right now is your ego is making you feel bad. And I actually have a name for this in my voice liberation course. I call it the silencer. And what I call the silencer is this conglomeration of every critical voice you've ever had in your life. Your mean boyfriend from high school, or the girl who spread rumors about you, or an overly critical parent. Any voice that ever made you feel bad about yourself or not good enough, all these voices come together to form what I call the silencer. And so if you try to reach that high note and it's flat or it's tense, the silencer just feels like, God, what are you doing? And you feel bad. And so you are too attached to the outcome because you're listening to this silencer. And so what you have to do is you have to train yourself to be okay with bad sounds. I tell all of my private clients and students that in our sessions together, they are allowed to make bad sounds, and that they have to develop a comfort level with making bad sounds, because that's the only way you will get to the good sounds. And so as I'm teaching you these techniques like the yawn-sigh, I want you to do it with an expectation that it's going to sound bad. I want you to change that. I need you to change the switch in your brain that goes, oh, I'm going to sound bad. That's okay. I can handle that. I'm going to sound bad until I don't. I'm going to sound bad until I finally figure out what this yawn-sigh thing is that Bella's talking about. And then when I do start to understand, I'm going to pay attention to what it feels like. And I'm going to continue to make potentially bad sounds and be okay with it. And so that's how you get to the high notes. It's not a quick fix, but it is the truth, and it's worked for me, and it's worked for many of my clients and my private students over the years. So give it a shot. And if you want, you can start with a journal prompt. Ask yourself this: who is the silencer? Who are the voices that make up the silencer in your head? What are the things that they say to you that make you feel so bad about yourself whenever you make a bad sound? And what would it feel like if you could tell this silencer to go away? If the silencer lost its power over you? What would happen if you felt comfortable with making bad sounds, especially if you knew that it might lead to great sounds? Thank you so much for being here with me today. Please check out my voice liberation method and my healthy voice community for going deeper into your voice journey. Please remember to keep going, keep working on your voice, because the world needs your unique voice. See you in the next one.